Greetings, my friend. This is Gillesmansillon. I am an artist and a spiritualist. I come here to continue to talk about essential wisdom from heart, to express, to share, to communicate certain ideas about those challenging, those transcending, those transformational time. And so I hope just accept whatever resonate with you. It is some of the ideas I present here may be very advanced, and so they. But in a sense, we will all come down to realizing that we needed to go through what we are going through, for we are the creator of our reality, something we've been taught, and we've been taught that everything we experience is an illusion. The third and fourth dimension are the more we ascend in the multidimensional matrix, the more truth we become, the more truth we connect to. But the third and fourth dimension being such a low energy frequency, they can never last. So it's about the idea is to let go for what we believe we make real, what we feel will become. And so it's about letting go of the nightmare of the third dimension and the lower fourth dimension, to dissolve that reality, like in the Matrix when Neo realizes coming to this point of connection with the light grid, everything dissolved. It's like reality does no longer exist. There's another reality that becomes. And so the choice we make right now are essential for as we dissolve this lower reality, we recreate a new illusion that is far more enjoyable. It is the upper fourth dimension and lower fifth dimension, which is to let go of the nightmare, to move into this paradisical reality for ourselves, the state of grace. And so it is very important. A lot of light workers are hanging on to the plans of the dark. They're like journalists to expose the darkness, and they want everybody to know, but they don't realize they're creating this reality for themselves and for all those who believe in those plans. For those are completely off, they have no more reason to exist. It's like I said, it's like a duck where the head has been cut. It's going to continue to walk, but eventually he will fail, and he will never be able to continue with his head. So all the plans of the darks are not being allowed by the company of heaven. So they will be gone. And it's like if the Nazis would have been successful, we would no longer be here and if the plans of the darks would have been successful, we would no longer be here. So that means it is all an illusion that is dissolving itself. So there is no reason to hang on to that, and to focus instead on the light, on the joy, on the freedom. For enough is enough. Everything will be coming up to a lot of dark and light things will be coming up to the forefront of the consciousness of society and humanity. So deep fear and shocks will be experienced. And so when you feel the shock, you accept the shock, and you feel the fear, and then you breathe it out. And so it is important to maintain that frequency of light and joy. Yeah, for enough is enough, and we do want to move back into the frequency of joy, the frequency of freedom, the frequency of total enjoyment, of abundance, and to allow everybody else to follow their own flow. Forget, forgive, and move forward. Do not forget all the way to the point where you will allow yourself to be abused, like in the past, to be abused. in some sense, but it's important to forgive, forget, and move forward. It is, and so also once we are able to let go of all the negative energies that are still the decay, the chaos, the wars. They still be happening for a while, as long as people believe in those things. That is the power of the illusion, is that they continue to broadcast it, and people continue to believe, so they continue to exist. But in essence, it is not part of the plan of heaven to continue with those plans. So there is the doorway to freedom and paradise is open before us. And so then we can start to feel the energy, to sync with your heart, and to feel with your mind. And with your mind, you can feel the energy of the galactics, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Sirians. To feel the energies of the archangels, the angels. For some archangels will come forward very masculine energy, like Michael or Uriel or Raphael. No, Raphael can be both, but or Metatron. But then they're very masculine energy. But there's a lot of archangels that comes in a more feminine form, let's say like Ariel or Gabriel. For angels and archangels are way above polarity. It is just for convenience purposes that they take on those energies. Like my guardian angels always come to me in a very feminine form, for it is more comfortable in our relationship. And so you can learn to trust and follow the guidance of the high councils of the universe, of the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, for like the Christ or the Buddha. For we're moving towards Wesak on the 7th. We'll have this new moon in Taurus, which it is the time when both the Christ and the Buddha come to bless the world. And the Christ is like a bridge to God. To the Christian, like the Buddha is a bridge to God, to the Buddhist. But it is not like an added feature that we have the Christ within or we have the Buddha within. They're already there, just as the light of God is already there. It's just we haven't seen it just yet. For last night, once again, Spirit showed me that I had a clear thought, and I saw this bright sun that appears in my vision. It was so marvelous. It was for 1 second, but I can't wait to be fully in the light of my soul, because it is so beautiful. This light is so divine. It's the great light of the God. Of truth, the eternal light of God that is so bright and so beautiful. So for a long time, you want to be able to rely on the ascended masters, like the Christ, the Buddha, or the ascended masters, or the angels, the archangels, or your guides. Your guides are personal celestial beings that are specially designed to assist you to all the way to the point where you can actually make a strong connection to your own inner light and your I am presence, your glorious, beautiful I am presence. Sometimes I envy my I am presence. I want to become one, for I know it is me, but it is still, I still have a few steps to climb in order to achieve this total fusion. But yet, I know I am blessed that no matter what I'm going through, my I am presence is always there for me, always communicated down to me. And so my guide, I've stepped a little bit back because now I have this strong connection, yet they're always there, and I'm really working more. In some sense, we do call on your guides. They're very they don't have an agenda except to show you your own light, to bring you to your fulfillment, to your destiny. And so all those things are already there for when the Christ is manifested, this light of God. It is just a manifestation of this light of God that you also have, and to become one with God. And so that is and do not measure yourself. Do not compare yourself to others. Because if you don't measure yourself, you won't have to measure others. You won't have to create this separation. You'll fuse into this higher frequency eventually, to fuse, to merge within your infinity. It is like a diamond in the rough, and so every consciousness is like we are faceting it every time we come into the realization. For the true realization of who we are is not about creating something. It is about receiving, allowing this divinity to show us the true light of God, to accept the oneness with God, and then it reveals itself. For that is the whole. It is a subtle way. It is not always easy, and it is a challenging time. But it is very important, and we'll enjoy the freedom even more. Having been through, it is like a reward to be free. To be free is a great reward at the end of such a difficult process. For the highest wisdom is to put an end to war and battle. All the dichotomies, the ego self that are fighting for not to have the need to be right, not the need to dominate, not the need to fight against anything, to let go of it all. And once we let go of it all, we find the unity of the ocean. We find Atlantis, for the ocean is hiding great mystery. 2/3 of the planet is hidden from man. There is so much that is going on beneath the bodies of water that we have no clue whatsoever. We are like surface beings, but there will be energies and consciousness. For the ocean is. Even in Greek philosophy, the ocean was the only beings, and all the ocean families are the ones that did not take part in the conflict between the Titans and the Olympians. For this consciousness of Atlantis will re-emerge. For what we need to understand is the bride and groom is connecting to attract our soulmates and to become one, to allow this long-lasting relationship that is in balance. But it's also about bringing the astral body and the soul into fusion, into connection. For we have the soul and the astral body, which is the yin and the yang within ourselves. But the mission of those two beings, the father and the mother, they are father and mother to the visceral entities. we have 12 visceral entities that are children, that are like children. They're very undisciplined. Those 12 visceral entities, the first one is our consciousness, the double etherical genius that shows us both positive and negative always. That is always showing us that. The second one, this counterpart, is the intuition, which is the left and right brain. We need to fuse those to activate the third brain, the cerebellum, to give us access to our powers. We have those two entities, but then after that we have the body and the touch. We have the mouth and the taste. We have the nose and the smell. We have the ears and the hearing. We have the view and the eyes. So those are 12 visceral entities, like a whole family of beings. But you cannot trust your senses. Descartes explained, my senses have lied to me before. Observation can be fooling you. So it is not fully reliable. They just need to come into alignment and turn inward towards the soul in order to receive during the meditation to receive the divine love and wisdom, and so they accept to find wisdom, and then every sense the senses will find their own freedom through the process. What we have to do is the baby. It's this rebirth, the power of the phoenix. It is about birth and rebirth. There is a great to allow this birth. We're like a caterpillar that's being transformed into a butterfly, and so it's going to be marvelous. And the outcome is the lessons and good deeds. There is so many lessons that we've been learning. We've been groomed to become ascended masters, and so. But we deserve the rewards. We deserve the freedom. We deserve the abundance. We just got to believe that we deserve it, and we are to believe the universe can bring it to us in unexpected ways. Well, I hope this message resonated with you. We really have to move forward in the present of now into this already manifested abundance and grace and freedom, because there was a writer named Stendhal who was in one of his books, I think it was called The Black and the Red. The red and the black, I'm sorry. He said, if you live with your time, then you will die with your epoch. It's like you really don't want to be under the spell of what the collective is going through. Because there is this death culture that is very powerful, but we want to move into the culture of life, and we're tired of this culture that wants to deprive ourselves from joy and freedom. It's all about death, about illness, about submission to some very to those government policies or whatever. So there is a great deal of realization for those who are continue to promote this death culture. Eventually, will have on their logo. They'll have symbols of death on their logos, and they are really there's some really dark things going on, and so but everybody will have to face the music really soon. This truth will come up, and so we have to forgive, and move forward. It's not about holding on to all those things. Well, I hope this resonated with you. Really focus on this culture of life, and let go of this culture of death that is being promoted. I'm really getting really tired of whenever, everywhere, on the media, everywhere. It's like disease. It's about fear. It's all about deprivation of freedom, about those vaccines, those 5G, and like let us all go about this and focus on the freedom, focus on the joy, and then from there we'll be guided to achieve that joy. For our energy is much more powerful for all those contrasting energies, like in the War of Troy was created to unfold the heroism, to become heroes in those times, to have the courage to emerge victorious in the light. And I know you will, I know we will, and we are already there. The more we believe itself to be already there, the easier things will unfold and manifest as well. And so the paintings behind me, my paintings are for sale. If you're interested, you can, of course, send me a message, and we can always discuss it if you have a budget and interest on some specific subject. Or very soon I'll have galleries to present it. And so this is a portrait of a woman I used to know. Sometimes there's people that have touched my life, and so they have a tendency to re-emerge in my painting. And there's this person, it's like me here behind, and there's this painting of this like also figure. It's kind of an interesting painting. They're all interesting, and otherwise I repaint on them if I don't find them interesting. And this is my first astrological self-portrait with the Earth at the center. It's the first. I did 4 of them, but I'll continue to those kind of astrological self-portrait. For I am Pisces, ascendant Pisces here, and so we all have planets in every constellation. Every constellation has something to teach us, and we need to integrate the knowledge and wisdom of each constellation. The more planets we have in any one constellation, the more strengths we have. And when we are void, we have more void in certain constellation. Is where we need to work on to obtain this wisdom and this power also. But we do have, there is small planets in every constellation. This was the first model. So I sing a song, a song that talks about the illusions of the world. It's called Moon Shadow. Oh, I've been followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my hands, lose my plow, lose my land. Yes, if I ever lose my hands, oh, if hey, 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 I won't have to work no more. And if I ever lose my eyes, if my colors all run dry, yes, if I ever lose my eyes, oh, if hey, 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 I won't have to cry no more. Yes, I am being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my legs, I won't moan and I won't beg. Oh, if I ever lose my leg, oh, if hey, 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 I won't have to walk no more. And if I ever lose my mouth, all my teeth, north and south. Yes, if I ever lose my mouth, oh, if hey, 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 I won't have to talk. Did it take long to find me? I asked the faithful light. Did it take long to find me? And are you going to stay the night? I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Great songs from Cat Stevens. It's very stoic as a song. Whatever happens to me, I'll find something good about it. And so the card of the day is the magnificent card of completion, is the card of wholeness. We have to be gentle with ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves. It is the 4 of Gabriel. After the effort, the recomfort. You are harvesting the fruits of your labor. Get rid of the situation that are oppressing you. So she's confirming that. And here is a great deal of magic and romance. There is the castle, there is the angels, there is the flowers, there is it's a blessed time. And do not let anything or anyone take your joy away during those times. It is important to maintain that connection to your guides, to your spirit, and for they will remind you that freedom, truth, and joy and happiness are the only reality for you. Thank you very much. Namaste.